An artist can be anyone who makes and creates art. There are many different ways to be an artist because there are many ways to make art. However, art is the product of human skill and imagination, which can take many forms, and an artist is someone who creates it. What are some of the most famous art movements? Throughout history, artists have been testing the boundaries of their field by exploring different techniques and styles that have never been used before. Out of this experimentation, new art movements are formed that become inspirational for the next generation of artists. Some of the most famous art movements include line art, Impressionism, Art Nouveau, Cubism, Surrealism, Pop art, and Minimalism. A brief history of art. Renaissance art, Baroque art, classical art, romantic art, modern art, and contemporary art. Art fun facts. The first non-figurative cave art is in Europe and has been dated to 64,000 years ago. This means it was produced by Neanderthals rather than modern humans. The earliest figurative cave art is from about 45,000 years ago. Some of it has been found on the neighboring islands of Borneo and Sulawesi. The ancient Egyptians, Greeks, and Romans decorated their walls with art painted straight onto the plaster. This includes the decoration inside the pyramids. In the medieval period, tapestries were created by some of the finest artists in the world. They were also helping in keeping cold castles warm. Art is constantly evolving. Today, everything from a classic painting to an NFT is considered as art and traded at high prices. How do you create art? There are no rules, but having a finished product in mind and selecting the tools to achieve it is a useful, time-saving skill to have. To get started, it is important to understand the different types of materials that can be used. Perhaps you might prefer to hold a pencil rather than a paintbrush because you have more control with a pencil. Or maybe you want to try mixing paint, pencil, and colors together. Twinkl tip: if you're a beginner, pencils are the best tools for drawing because you can erase it easily if there's a mistake. Next, it's important to know what materials to draw on. First up is the classic printer paper that is available almost anywhere and great for all art activities. If you're thinking of painting, then some thicker sketching paper is a fantastic choice so the paints are less likely to run through the sheets. Then, determine what colors you would like to use. Experiment with colors, understand how they can be combined to create new ones, and don't be afraid to get messy. The last thing that's needed is some imagination. Anything you can put on paper can be art if you wanted to. There are no limits. If you need inspiration, many artists choose to draw or paint self-portraits. Sometimes it's to show off their skills or to project how they see themselves to others. This blank face template is a great start to get creative when thinking introspectively about how you look to others. It also helps recognize and accept differences in how people look. Art has endless benefits. For example, art can help children develop creative problem-solving skills, feel more self-confident and proud of their creative achievements, develop motor skills and hand-eye coordination, and connect with their own culture as well as with the wider world. For more information, head to twinkl.com.